Welcome to episode 5 of the Can You Geek podcast. My name is Steve. This is Aaron.
What's up?
So before we get into everything, we've been listening to feedback and we understand that we don't come across as personable. So
no, apparently we don't like to talk to people.
Yeah. So what we've been doing is normally, because yes, we live very far away from each other, we catch up before we start recording. And then we record and get into the episode and just try to keep the episode focused on the topic. Understandably, not everybody likes that and they want to get to know us more. So we're going to try and catch up now in the recording.
I am none of your business. None of your business.
You don't need to know anything.
You don't need to know. You don't know me. You can't handle the truth.
I am a closed book. Damn it.
I refuse to be known. I'm Ron Swanson in this shit.
So we're going to try to change things up a little bit. You can let us know what you think. So what is new with you, Aaron?
Oh, wow. There's been a lot going on. As you know, the movie life, I guess, is kind of crazy. The wife and I have been trying to find time. She's very busy, works kind of a night schedule, and I'm doing school, finishing up with finals coming up, which I'm doing all right. I got a little over a 4.0 GPA, so I'm doing okay
very
in
nice.
school, which feels good. Yeah. Learning things, doing good with that. We went to a buddy of mine, came over, and we hung out. We try to meet every once in a while, usually on a Saturday. While Jess is at work, we went and saw the Shazam movie. And I have to tell you, we could talk about that for a while. That movie is incredible. I never really followed the Shazam story. That was never really something I was into. I knew the basics of the Shazam stuff. I didn't even Wikipedia anything about Shazam. Like I did that.
Which is totally different.
Before I went in and watched it. Yeah, right. And it is the best DC movie they've put out. And I am a little biased because I like comedy over anything else. And the comedy in Shazam is spot on. The storytelling spot on. It's a fun movie. And then Sunday, the wife and I went on a little date night and we went and saw Hellboy, which got hellaciously negative reviews, comparing it to we talked about in episode 1 how bad Fantastic Four has been demonstrated on the big screen. Hellboy was given the same bad rap, and I don't think it deserved quite as bad of a hate speech as it received. Jess and I were entertained. However, I will say it's not like a movie that I'm always going to rewatch. It doesn't have the rewatchability of, say, Shazam, for an instance, for relative comparison. I did think it wasn't bad, though. I do think there's some validity in some of the jokes not landing. I guess there was a lot of production problems in the background, but I thought that it brought hell to life very well. I thought it did a good job of some of the visuals of just overly gruesome. It's definitely not friendly to that if you've got a weak stomach. It's kind of crazy. And then
so don't bring my 9-year-old.
No. Well, are you talking about your oldest?
Yeah.
He's into horror films. He might like some of that shit, man. There's some crazy things that go on into it, but yeah, it's a little nuts. I think that about wraps up. Like I said, school's been kind of my primary focus, and then I've just been super excited to talk about this week's episode.
Yeah, you have had a little bit more time to prep for this episode than I have.
That will not come across when we start talking about it.
I know, but
how have you been, man? What have you been up to?
I'm good, busy. The wife and our 2 daughters left late last night to go to the Philippines for 3 weeks. So
now that's where your wife's from, right? That's family.
Yeah, that's family.
Yeah.
So they're taking the baby because she's 7 months old back to meet everybody. And yeah, so I've been stressed because it's the first big trip without me going, and it's a little freaked out, honestly, for the people out there.
I think that's with good reason. I mean, your newborn is flying across the water all the way over. All your girls all the estrogen.
Literally,
left
all the
house.
estrogen is gone. My mother-in-law's gone. My wife, both my daughters, all the estrogen pretty much in my life is gone.
It's a boys' club in your house.
It is. which my son is in the room right beside where I'm recording right now, playing on the Switch.
Heck yeah, the Switch is a sweet console. It's one of my favorite consoles. And I'm not a console guy, but I have to say the Switch is worth the buy. I think it's a really, really cool... Nintendo's killing it with that.
Yes.
I think the Switch is really, really
And again, a topic probably for another show, but the Microsoft partnership with Switch is genius on both parts, which, just quick TLDR, if you don't know, Microsoft is bringing a lot of their console-specific smaller titles to the Switch. So like Cuphead's about to be released on the Switch.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
That was a huge success for a game, wasn't it?
A massive success for a game. Pretty small budget team. They ended up getting the entire studio got bought by Microsoft. And yeah, now they're bringing it out to the Switch, which is incredible. It is an insanely fun game with really good art. If you like that old school hand-drawn style of like the 50s, 60s Disney style.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you next time you come up here, I have it on my Xbox and we can play it.
I remember your son was playing it when it came. He was a real big fan of the game back when I was visiting the last time, actually. But and we saw a little bit at the Canada Comic-Con that we went to there.
Yes. Yeah, there was characters
we saw
around.
some of the people. Yep. Yeah, so I'm definitely familiar with some of it, and I remember that he was into it, but I don't remember much more than that. I know that you said it was a really good game.
Really difficult. Yeah, a really difficult game. So
yeah, that's crazy, man.
All right, let's get in. Sorry, I'm moving around on my chair, making it all squeak. It's going to be awesome for the podcast.
Yeah, really great. People love that sound.
I know. I'm starting this episode off amazing. All right, so
good.
Let's get into this. So, episode 5. We are going to be talking about, surprise, surprise, Disney again.
Get out. We're talking about Disney. That's because they own everything, Steve.
This year is ridiculous. So our plan was not to be Disney right now. We just, as you heard, did our top 5 DC villains. Our plan was top 5 DC heroes, but then Disney decided to announce Disney Plus details.
And if you guys don't know, Star Wars Celebration also just ended.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of big news there. And of course, they're connected.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? So, yeah. Disney Plus. So, the announcement alone, before we get into all the details, bumped Disney's stock up by 10% and dropped Netflix's by 4%.
Are you kidding?
No.
Holy shit.
And apparently that 4% drop on that one day equaled like $7 billion.
Dude, that is nuts.
Yeah. So the reasoning behind that is the cost. So Disney Plus is at launch going to be $6.99 a month.
They also have that annual thing, right?
Yeah.
Where you can do like $69.99 for the year.
Yeah. So it'll be discounted if you do it for a year, which is similar to how a couple other services do it. They have a list of expected movies. So at launch, they are expecting there to be anywhere between 400 to 500 movies at launch on the service ready to go, and 7,000 episodes of TV series. That is which
is a ridiculous number. That's so much.
It's not,
it's all Disney.
Yeah, it's not as high as Netflix. Of course, Netflix has been around for years. Their library is massive.
Right, but this is Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars,
Fox,
National Geographic, which is kind of a random.
Yeah,
kind of a random one that they'd gotten. But we're talking big time now. Do you think that price point will hold? Because I just got informed by Netflix that my price is rising.
Yeah, I think end of this month they're raising the prices, or they just raised the prices.
Yeah. So do you think that was smart on them to do that? Do you think that was that's bold.
It's really
now
bold.
That Disney's announced it.
It's really, really bold. I don't think Disney's price is going to stay. I think it's going to be a launch price. They're going to be like, here it is. Let's get people in the door. I have a feeling it's probably going to go to about $9.99. They have said they're also going to be bundling it with Hulu as well as ESPN Plus.
Get the fuck. Are you serious?
So they will have a package deal where you, for say $15.99. They didn't announce a price for it, but for a little bit more than just Disney Plus, you will have Hulu and ESPN Plus access.
Dude, that is insane. That's Disney too strong. Yeah. I do like the bundle deal because I already pay for Hulu. So
yeah. As I bump my mic, I'm hoping this brings Hulu to Canada. So that's the one shitty thing about living here in Canada is we don't have Hulu.
That's the one shitty thing.
Well,
that's the only one you got.
I mean, our Netflix catalog's slightly different, but
how's your Amazon Prime up there?
Is it
really good?
I actually don't mind it. It's not as good as the US Amazon Prime. Like, I'll be honest, it's not as good. Like, I can't get food delivered to my house in like an hour, but it is pretty good. I just ordered 2 pieces for my internet. 3D printer I just got, and they're going to be here on Sunday. Even though it's
that's not bad.
It's Easter long weekend while we're recording this. And yeah, I mean, they're delivering on Easter Sunday.
Wait a minute. Easter's this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Jesus. All right. Fair enough.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah. And that was beautiful. Happy hunting for your Easter eggs and so on and so forth.
I've got shit to do. I will be back later.
I think, Disney knows how to make money, and they just spent a lot of it to get Fox. Not that they don't know how to get it back with Galaxy's Edge and all the video game stuff they can do. And like you said, they have one of the big things you talk about Fox is on Disney Plus. And so I don't know, did we clarify what Disney Plus was?
No, we didn't. We just jumped right into it. So
yeah, we're sorry. So give them a rundown on what Disney Plus is.
All right. So Disney Plus is Disney's family friendly. They made sure to emphasize it's going to be family friendly streaming service. So it's going to obviously be direct competitor with Netflix. It's going to be a add-on sort of to Hulu, where they're going to do all of the more adult content on Hulu. So the rated R movies and stuff are going to be on Hulu versus Disney Plus. So getting them in the bundle package actually makes sense. And I really hope that it makes Hulu come to Canada because of that.
Because they want to get you to know their rated R material.
Yeah, they're going to want you on everything.
They don't want to isolate you from that. Yeah, exactly. They want your money.
Yeah.
So, and Disney has that power now that they own Hulu. They have the power to bring it to Canada and not even flinch about it. Like, oh yeah, sure, it's available in Canada.
Yeah, we'll pay that license. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We don't care.
Yeah.
So
during the announcement, they showed off a rough estimate. Well, not really an estimate, but a image of what they expected the launcher to look like. It was even a short video from what they've released. It is very similar to what's in Europe right now for what's called Disney Life. Thanks to quite a few people for sharing that information that I didn't know that Disney Life was a thing until afterwards.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I didn't either. And it was actually really interesting to see that they've been basically piloting this in Europe to see how people will like a Disney-only streaming service.
Sneaky bastards.
Yeah. So the other things that came out with the whole Disney announcement was a lot of different content about what's going to be on it. So obviously we know all of the current movies are going to be there. Anything coming out in 2019 is only going to be on Disney Plus. It's not going to be on anything else. Anything released in the 2 years previous will, as soon as their other licensing lapses, so once the 1 year Netflix has or whatever ends, that'll revert back to Disney, which then it'll be added to Disney Plus. The one genius thing they're doing, which makes it worth every penny just to sign up, is they are unvaulting every movie. So
yes, I was hoping you were getting to this. Oh my God.
It is
sorry.
No, don't. It's exciting.
Oh,
so for those that don't know,
excited.
what Disney does right now is any of their classic movies. They'll release for
Snow White, Cinderella, Aladdin, Lion King.
All the originals, the classic 13, I think they call them the 13 masterpieces or whatever. They release two of them, like I think, I think it's 7 years.
It's something stupid.
Yeah.
Like Jess and I have slowly collected them as they release.
Yeah. They'll release, I think it's 2 movies a year for 7 years. And then, so it comes out for the 1 year. And then after that year's up, all stock from stores is removed. It's not like it stays there. Everything gets brought back. They lock it in the vault. Another 2 movies come out. And it just kept rotating. And it was super frustrating as a collector and as a fan, because you're like, hey, I want to show this to my kids. And yeah, hard to find. So it's a little bit easier now, but even then it's still difficult to get some of these originals. So the fact that they're going to be always available on this service, genius move.
Yeah, they basically bought every parent from all generations into it immediately with that, because you now can entertain your children with the classics that you've been hunting and haven't been able to get your hands on because of the vault rules or whatever. And you now, I can't get over it, how amazing that is. Because like when I'm on Netflix or I'm on Hulu or HBO or whatever it is, whatever streaming service it is that I'm using, you always want to know, can I get this movie?
Yeah.
And I get that, like, I get from many standpoints when it comes to Disney, there's a lot of different streaming services and other networks that have control of some of their movies, but eventually it doesn't matter what Disney movie, original, short, from their animated stuff from Pixar and everything, doesn't matter. If you want to find it, it's going to end up being here.
Yeah.
If it's under the Disney umbrella, we're talking, all that stuff from Pixar,
all
Disney,
30
Star
seasons
Wars,
of The Simpsons. All 30 of them.
That's huge. That's big.
Yeah.
To give the 30s. Oh my God. It's incredible what's being offered. And I was kind of surprised, if I'm being honest, that Simpsons got announced on Disney Plus.
Not even just announced, they actually animated an entire little segment where it was the Simpsons characters that did it.
Yeah. But I'm saying because they're announcing, because there's so much stint against the Simpsons, as far as, because I remember when I was a kid, my parents didn't give a shit what I watched, right? They would have MTV muted, Beavis and Butthead would be on. I'd watch that shit as a kid all the time while, music was playing or whatever, and they were doing the partying and whatnot. So watching The Simpsons was just like a very mild thing for me to see. But when I'd go to school, a lot of people's parents, they considered The Simpsons the devil.
Oh yeah,
right? And it was
it's an adult cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very surprised that it's showing up on Disney Plus, only because, like you said, they did stress how it's supposed to be a family-friendly streaming service. So I was blown away to see The Simpsons, and it is, if you guys, I don't know if we said it or not, it is commercial ad-free.
Yes.
It is exactly like Netflix. Yeah. It is ad-free. You get the service. You're paying $6.99 a month, or it comes out to like $5 and something cents if you do the $69.99 a year.
Yeah, $5.63 I think it was, or something.
Ad-free. So I don't see how Netflix sustains themselves without, because I'm not going to lie to you. The fact that they just stripped Clone Wars away from Netflix, the fact that eventually we'll see the Disney movies, I assume, leave Netflix.
Yep,
like we're going to see all these things. So. Yeah. And so what happens to Netflix? I don't know if they can, their originals are good. I love the Netflix originals, but can Netflix keep the price point they have right now if Disney can maintain a low price point? If they do stay at this low price point, can Netflix sustain being as expensive as they are, especially since they're just now raising the prices again.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. So I honestly, I don't know how Netflix is going to do it. It's going to be interesting. They're going to have to be buying the rights to like every other studio
outside of what Fox and Disney. I'm sorry. Like I just see this, especially a package deal with Hulu, because right now I usually just watch Netflix. That's usually all I watch. I have HBO for Game of Thrones. That's probably going to go away. A lot of people like HBO. I personally, I used to watch Westworld a lot, but I guess I don't know how true it is, and I don't really want to get into that, but some things have changed on the set, I guess, with the fires that happened in California. And then I do like Silicon Valley, but I don't love it so much that I need to keep HBO. I have legit just kept HBO simply for Game of Thrones. So once Game of Thrones
which
ends,
I don't blame you.
I get to right, and I'm going to be ditching Game of Thrones because Jess and I own all of GOT on Blu-ray, so I don't need HBO to watch Game of Thrones. We'll buy the newest season once it comes out finally, and we'll be good. We'll have the whole collection ourselves. So I'm about to trade HBO for Disney Plus in November and save money, save $10 a month.
I know, that's
just on
crazy.
that alone. That's huge. That's a massive. And then if there's a deal that works where I can get Hulu in a bundle and save even more on that, I might at that point, because right now Jess and I, we only have Hulu with the commercials, right?
Yeah.
We have it with ads because we have so many streaming services, that and Apple Music all at the same time. I could splurge a little bit. Like, it feels nice, right?
I know.
Nice
Free
to
up a
get
little
that
bit of monthly income.
But aside from, I don't think Netflix originals, I personally just do not think Netflix originals hold up enough to make me want, like, if I had to choose between Disney Plus and Netflix, I would choose Disney. My future. Yeah, I love Marvel. I love Pixar. You can watch all the shorts, man. Like the I Lava You. I lava Pixar so much. Like, like everything that Disney Plus is going to offer. And I mean, fuck, dude, I didn't watch National Geographic before, but I'd watch it now.
Pixar,
especially with
the announcement for the Pixar documentary where they're going to go actually talk about the classroom. What is it? 308 or whatever? 803?
Oh, yeah. You talking about the A13?
A13, that's it.
Or A113.
Yes. They're doing a documentary specifically for Disney Plus on room A113 and what it means.
Yeah, in case, if you guys don't know what that is, and I think it's A113. I think that's what it is.
I have the internet. I will use it.
All right, cool. So while Steve looks this up, so A113, if that is it, but either way, there's this number, this specific room that. Okay, A1. Oh, dude, I nailed it.
You did.
Oh man, thank you. Without the internet, people, my brain managed to remember something. So there's I don't want to call it a meme, a motif. So if you go back and watch, and if you don't understand the Pixar movies, the motif that's in there, they always try to find a way. Like, I think in one of the Toy Stories, it's the license plate of one of the vehicles. In Monsters, Inc., I think they hide it. But either way, any of the Pixar films, they try to find a way to hide A113 in. And like Steve's saying, they're going to do a documentary on the history of why that means so much to the Pixar group and why they do that. And I'm excited.
It's even more than the Pixar group. That's the impressive thing about A113. It's been in American Dad. It's been in Family Guy. It's been in The Simpsons. It's been in Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Fox. Those are all Fox.
And that's all Fox. Oh my God, that's even better. I didn't know it grew out that much. That's cool.
Yeah, no.
That's really
A113. Cool. So A113 is a classroom at the California Institute of Arts.
Okay.
And it's the classroom that's used by graphic design and character animation students. So a lot of these major animators and character designers that we know and love their characters all studied in this one room. So,
and they pay homage, tribute to it.
And so they're going to do a documentary on that whole thing. Like, it was even in Doctor Who. Like, seriously.
I haven't watched Doctor Who.
I don't.
Nothing against it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I've heard it's great though.
I haven't watched quite as many episodes as I would like to say, but A113 was even in Avengers. Like, Rise of the Planet, like, it's everywhere. It is ridiculous. So they're doing a documentary on that. Being that you said you haven't watched I'm saying a lot today. This is horrible. You don't watch National Geographic stuff. You need to watch the documentary that just won free climber, whatever. Oh my God, why is my brain not working?
Yeah, with National Geographic, that was kind of a surprising piece. I didn't realize that was one of their, like, you know what I mean, at the top of the streaming service, one of their big, like, major parts, if you will.
Yeah.
is the National Geographic section, like subparts, and I thought that was really cool. And they talked about this show that I have to watch because Jeff Goldblum is one of these people that I find.
Oh my god! Thank you for bringing this up.
Yeah, the fact that they're doing The World According to Jeff Goldblum, I will watch that like nobody's business, and I am super super excited about it because Jeff Goldblum is amazing and he's crazy, and he did amazing work in Thor Ragnarok. Which, if you haven't seen that movie, you all need to watch it because Thor Ragnarok is one of Marvel's best. Just period. Again, I love comical movies, but there's more to it than that. The fact that they rebirthed a franchise that was dead to me in the first place.
It was even dead to the actors. In an interview.
Yeah, like they were uninterested.
In an interview this week, Chris Hemsworth said he was ready to let Thor die. Like he was ready, just whatever. Thor's like he didn't care anymore. And then Ragnarok came around and boom, life right back into it. It is.
Yeah.
The cutting of his hair was genius. Like,
yeah. And Jeff Goldblum being oh my God, I'm super stoned. What were you saying? What was the show on?
It's called Free Solo.
Free Solo. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Well, when I have Disney Plus, I'll check all this stuff out.
It should be on Netflix.
We have to talk about all the shows. No. I'll check it out when I have it on Disney Plus.
It should be on Netflix right now. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'll check it out.
But yeah, so what Free Solo is, it follows, I think it's about a year of probably one of the most renowned free soloist climbers. So for those that are listening that have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, free solo is a form of rock climbing that you have zero ropes or safety. You're just climbing. And this guy has climbed pretty much everything there is to climb. And in watching it, he had set out to climb inside Yosemite National Park, which I haven't been. I want to go. It is one of my family trips we will be doing. There is a rock face called El Capitan. It's a 900 meter. So for those in Imperial, that's 2,700 feet, roughly, vertical rock face that the documentary covers whether or not he actually is able to free solo it. So it shows his training, the struggles he goes through in his life. It is a amazing movie. It
sounds awesome.
I mean, it's a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow, that's pretty baller.
Yeah, it is so incredible to watch.
I know we bounced around a lot. Do you want to?
This is who we are.
How do you want to break this down? Yeah, I know we're so uncoordinated, guys. We're sorry. We do talk about struggles. You guys ruined us because now we have to discuss our personal lives with you, and we just don't know what to do.
Totally thrown us off.
It's our games. We were so organized before, and now we're just not. I swear that's all it is. That's the whole reason. We're not as structured, and I would like to. I mean, I know we've gathered into the National Geographic part, which I got to say is the least part that I thought.
I know. I did not expect us to go into.
Yeah, we haven't touched Marvel and Star Wars at all.
Yeah. So okay, well, let's go. We'll go back. Okay, so Marvel, because I have a feeling we're going to talk about Star Wars the most. So
what?
Well, because this is so far all we've talked about is just the Disney Plus content and announcement. We haven't even gone into Star Wars Celebration
shows.
So
yeah, no, we haven't.
We'll do Marvel, and then we'll transition to Star Wars Celebration and all that amazing news and everything from there. So with Disney Plus and Marvel, obviously all the Marvel movies are coming. They have also said they are going to be doing live action series of characters we already know. So, for example, they are doing a Hawkeye live action series, which, depending on which timeline they go with for Hawkeye, like, is it pre-Avengers? Is it in between Infinity War and Endgame? Well, he wasn't even in Infinity War. So, like, Age of Ultron, Civil War, Endgame. Is it that timeline? Like, there's so, depending on where they go, I think that could be really interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, that actor's incredible. And what's really cool is that all these that Steve's going to talk about. He's going to mention a list of
Yep.
them. And as we break each of them down, just know, because I don't have a list of the actors up, but I'd honestly, throwing names around, it doesn't really help me. So every show that he talks about from Marvel, they got the marquee actors that were in the movies to play them.
Yes.
So they're dedicated to TV shows. Are you no, just let it be. Just let it be natural. Just know that whoever plays Hawkeye is going to play Hawkeye in the series. Isn't that great?
I know his last name. I always get his last name right. Okay. I forget his first name. I am a horrible person when it comes to names, and I'm going to admit it. But yeah, it's Jeremy Renner. So people are going to hate me.
I know the name of the guy who plays, or the woman who plays Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
And I don't know her first name, but she's an Olsen.
She is
sister.
Elizabeth.
She's not Elizabeth Olsen. Okay.
Well,
sorry, we'll get there. My bad.
Speaking of her. Great segue. They announced what is probably the worst name in television history as WandaVision. Which is a Scarlet Witch and Vision series, which, again, a Marvel loves show, romantic, probably slightly comedy, I think could be great. The early reports are it's something they could only ever do in a serial type of situation. It couldn't have been done in a movie, which, again, interesting. That means they're going to go deep into like character development. Just could they have not picked a better name? Even put an like Wanda and Vision.
No, WandaVision's classy. All right, that's what it's all about. And our early lookings at the title, like the title art or whatever, it's very like fairy tale.
I know.
Fairy tale.
I even
like
Scarlet Vision better than WandaVision.
WandaVision. Like it's amazing and terrible all at the same time. But I do think that there's a lot of success. I like the guy who plays Vision when he was in any other movie. Is that his
Paul
name?
Bettany. Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors. I have quite a few favorite actors.
Like A Knight's Tale?
But in Knight's Tale, as Chaucer.
He's so good in A Knight's Tale. So good. And then in A Beautiful Mind.
Yes.
Incredible movie. I'm just going to keep saying incredible all the time.
You say incredible, I'll say and I will be able to unedit them out, and we'll just be good. We'll go with it. Today's going to be a shitty episode for proper content. It's going to be good. Do you want to
call our show Incredible or Incredible
Ooh, that's...
yeah. It could be as good
Incredibles
as
3, the land of
The land of
So
yeah, what other shows have they announced for Marvel?
So the next one, it's Loki. They've already said it's gonna span thousands of years. I don't understand how that's gonna happen. But I guess because he has the Tesseract he has access to the Tesseract for some of it, he can travel. I don't know. I don't know how that one's gonna work.
Well, I mean, he's a god.
He is.
So maybe they're just going over maybe they're going to play in different timelines with him. Because I guess according to a lot of people, he's dead. Like for when it comes to
there's no resurrecting
Infinity War Endgame. Yeah, right. Like there's a lot of truth to that. I guess even from all the way up to Kevin Feige, like Loki is dead. Now I don't know if that's all like
cover up.
Cover up thing, and he's not. But I'm okay with Loki being dead, to be honest with you.
Same. I liked the progression of him from the villain in the movies to more of an anti-hero.
But he died in a valiant way.
Yeah.
Like he died being good.
Yes.
And I have to give I think it's a valiant death for him. He got a hero's death.
He totally got a hero's death.
And for where he started, that's great.
Oh, totally.
Like I love where he ended up. And honestly, I know it's terrible to say I'm happy he's dead, but I think that he got the
great closing for the character's story arc.
Yeah, he's the god of mischief, man. Like he can't help his nature. He's gonna fuck up again. So let him have this one. So I don't know why everybody wants him. I mean, I know why people want him alive. The actor's amazing. The character's great. But hey, guys, you don't need him alive in the cinematic. You're getting a TV show on him. Woohoo!
And I mean,
we all are.
I have to be honest, though. I was really, really, really hoping they could do I Need Help one more time.
Oh, dude, I Need Help so good. He might not like it, but we all do. Okay. I Need Help is amazing.
That was apparently very, very off the cuff improv. Like they improv'd a lot of that movie. So
so good.
Yeah,
I think they've built a chemistry over the years.
I could so transition us into Star Wars right now, but we still have another show to talk about.
Nope. Bad you. Don't go there. This next one, I personally, if I'm talking about any of them that you've mentioned, Loki's a great character. I think that's going to be cool to see that. And like, if they play in Norse mythology at all, with like, are we going to get, God, who played Odin? I can't believe I'm blanking on this because this is a name I shouldn't forget. I know, right? I've talked about how much we shouldn't care about actors and actresses' name. And now I'm mad.
I know he's a Sir.
Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, he's a badass. He's fucking great. Anyway, if they like bring Odin back, if we're actually going to get him in, if we're going to get, you're doing a lot of typing. If we're going to get, stop looking this up. Let me be
right.
Let me not know.
I will say nothing. So
yeah. And then if playing with Loki, WandaVision, I think that's going to be a great show. But like you said, I think we're going to get more of like a love story there, which is fun. You're talking about Hawkeye. I personally think he's boring, but I love that actor. So it'll be interesting to see it. But this next one's the one that I think I want to see the most.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, because they're an unlikely duo, but it's all connected with a character I hate so much. But Chris Evans has made me love. Ooh, I nailed it.
You did.
I nailed an actor's name.
His name.
Got Chris Evans, although I mentioned him now in 2 podcasts, 2 episodes we've done now. One to say that I fucked up, and the original was anyway. But Chris Evans, like his cap is amazing, and he's brought these two together. So I'm really interested to see what happens with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Their dynamic in every movie up until this point is like frenemies.
Yeah. And
I hope that's the show. Like, I honestly hope that it's like, I think I even read it in an article where a guy said pretty much probably exactly what I'm about to say, where I hope the show is 10% them fighting, like a bad guy working together, and 90% them bickering about who needs to do the dishes. Like, just something stupid. But
I love like a bad roommate situation.
Yeah, like we're the new Avengers, and it's the two of them, and they're like living together, and they got to try and figure out how. Like, that could be hilarious in how stupid it is.
And I hate to interrupt that thought process, because I will say that's the most looking forward to of the live action. Shows.
Yes. No, I agree.
Yeah, because of the comic. So there's a comic, if you guys don't know, called What If.
Yes.
And it takes important moments that happen within the comic timeline. So for instance, and I personally, I don't know what all things are going to do, but I'm just throwing out a scenario just because it's relevant to what you've seen now. So let's say a what if they could do, because I don't think they're following exactly the comics. I think they're doing their own story. I think the first one they're doing involves Captain America. For instance, let's say Chris Evans as Cap, Steve Rogers doesn't get the serum. He doesn't become a super soldier. And instead it's, what's her name? Oh shit. The badass.
Peggy Carter.
Yeah. Peggy Carter. So Peggy Carter and what was her troop's name? They were that started with an H. Oh shit, that's gonna mess me up. I'll get to it later. I'll come back to it. But so if Peggy Carter became basically Captain America, so it's just like this really cool what if scenario, but relevant to you guys. Let's say, what if Thanos didn't get the Infinity Gauntlet? Right? Yeah. You could say let's for instance, there is a comic where Nebula gets it, but we could say a what if where Nebula gets it and she snaps and does her own thing, or whatever she wants to do with it, or Gamora or Star-Lord. Star-Lord would be funny actually if he got it. Not in his angry state.
Could also, Infinity War, where he's being Star-Lord didn't get angry,
freak out.
Yeah,
exactly. So it takes pivotal moments, and it really changes the timeline. And so this is going to be, if I understand correctly, it's going to be an animated series, but still voiced by a lot of the familiar voices that you know.
That is my understanding as well.
Yeah, and then there's the Marvel Hero Project and the Marvel 616. I personally don't know what those are.
The Marvel Hero Project, if I remember from the announcement correctly, which again, I could be wrong, but it's going to be a documentary about real life heroes, so firefighters, policemen that do heroic things, or just citizens who just do heroic things, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to Google it.
Cool.
I'm going to just...
Yeah, no.
Today's shitty content. We're going with shit content. Let's just keep it going.
We're just... Okay, to be honest with all of you, we're just so super excited about Disney Plus. We have just... We're not on our game of knowing every little thing that's going to come out of Disney Plus, but we know what stuff we're excited about.
Yes, and I've been excited for Disney Plus since I heard the announcement, which...
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it in episode 1.
Yeah, and which, again, amazing feedback from everybody around. I do apologize for just glossing over it. In my excitement for Disney Plus, I should have explained more about the details in episode 1 about what had come out.
So we decided to give you an hour's worth of explaining what
yes, we're going all in. It's not even a little half an hour blurb. We're going full content with this one.
Full bore. Full bore.
Yeah. So the amount of stuff they're doing, because it's not even just with Marvel, they're doing documentaries for everything they're bringing. Like, I think there's even going to be a Fox studio documentary about the people that have worked on their stuff. They're doing ones on Marvel people, like the crew that works behind the scenes.
They're doing one on the Disney parks.
Yeah, the Disney parks. National Geographic, they're getting stuff about what it takes to make the National Geographic movies. Like, they're going all in on this, and with really incredible content.
Yeah, and before we step into Star Wars, they are like, for instance, I just want to do this as a familiar. So just so you guys know, Lion King's about to come out, as I'm sure everyone knows. And then like Jungle Book before. So the reason why I say these two is because they involve animals talking and having conversations or whatever. So they're doing Lady and the Tramp as a live action movie. Disney claims that Lady and the Tramp would be able to hold up to a blockbuster like Lion King as far as production quality.
Yeah, they even compared it to Beauty and the Beast live action.
I'm not sure we should bring that up. I think Jess will reach through.
Oh, she probably will
and kill you.
But quality of filmmaking.
Yeah, right.
That was up there.
No, and so just so you guys, when it launches, like for instance, you'll get movies like Captain Marvel. It's going to do its official launch with Disney Plus. Yep. But Lady and the Tramp is one of their originals that they're doing and bringing in. Frozen 2, when that comes out to video, will go straight to Disney Plus, so on and so forth. And they're doing a lot of really, really cool stuff like Steve's talking about that I'm super excited. Monsters at Work, which is a Monsters, Inc. continuation, which is going to have John Goodman and Billy Crystal voicing. I just named actors again. Wow. I'm on it now. Yeah. I'm still the ones. It's going to come up randomly while we're talking. By the way, the guy I can't remember.
Oh, Odin.
Before, but yes,
Anthony Hopkins.
It's still on my mind. Oh, you motherfucker! Why? I could have gotten there. I could have gotten there.
You would have got it eventually.
I could have done it.
I had remembered like halfway through, like about 30 seconds after typing, because I didn't find it. I didn't finish my search on IMDb. I just stopped typing, and then I was like, okay, I'll just leave it. We'll go with the shitty stuff. I'm not going to research.
You did it.
You did it. Which hurts me because I am the like, hey, this is it. This is that. Like, got to get the facts out there. And so but no, I remembered.
Your typing is so loud.
It's this mic
You're
setup.
So loud typer.
I am. It's a mechanical keyboard that's 9 inches from my mic because I need a better mic stand.
Oh, dude, I like my mic stand. It's pretty legit. All right, we're getting on topic. I'm sorry. I'm leaving this, and we've got so much more to cover.
As you were transitioning there, because you had mentioned Lion King and The Jungle Book, both are executive produced by somebody we're transitioning into Star Wars now, who is doing one of my personal most exciting announcements from the Star Wars celebration.
Oh,
he is heading the Mandalorian 8-episode TV series show. And Jon Favreau, who has been one of my favorite directors, storytellers for a very long time, all the way back to Swingers.
He made Elf, people.
He made Elf.
He made fucking Elf. Okay, Swingers. That's one of the greatest Christmas movies.
He's responsible for fucking Iron Man. And yes, I swore on our podcast, so fuck Iron Man.
Yeah, because It's fucking Iron Man, okay? He does act in a lot of his movies. In fact, he's like the personal driver for
Tony. Yeah.
Tony Stark. Yeah,
he's
in
happy.
the Iron Man. If you don't yeah, he is happy. And if you don't remember, so if you want to put a face to it, but Jon Favreau is an incredible visionary. Yep. If you didn't like the Jungle Book movie, I don't know what was wrong with you, because I thought he did a great job. But when it comes to The Lion King, that just looks amazing. And now he's doing The Mandalorian. And do you have the actor's name pulled up that plays Oberyn in Game of Thrones? Do you happen to have it?
Oh, I did.
No.
You just I know it's Pedro.
Now it's all done. Oh, Pedro. But if you guys don't know, Oberyn is, you don't know because I haven't told you, but Oberyn is probably my favorite character in Game of Thrones. I don't know if I've loved a character more than Oberyn. I'm not sure I've ever gotten there. Tyrion is pretty close. I used to love Daenerys Targaryen. I think she's still cool as shit, but really I just think I love her dragons.
The dragons are so incredible.
Tyrion's great, but Oberyn is probably been my favorite character in Game of Thrones, and the actor gets to play the Mandalorian. So I get my favorite character from the actor who played my favorite character in Game of Thrones, and one of my favorite directors of all time, second to probably Guy Ritchie. I get to see Jon Favreau do cool shit in Star Wars. Now, if you don't know the timeline, The Mandalorian takes place right after Return of the Jedi. So we're going, I think it's Return of the Jedi. Oh God, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I believe that's what they said.
Yeah.
So it's before.
So it's right after.
Yeah, after Jedi, before the new trilogy that's going on right now.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the timeline they said. It's basically talking about like just looking at the life of this Mandalorian and some of the things they've done. If you guys know what the Boba Fett like Christmas special, the Star Wars Christmas special that happened years ago, they took that rifle directly from that show, that cartoon, and it's in the fucking show, dude. Yeah. He uses it. He has it.
So
he's just this.
Just before we go too far into it, for those that don't know, Mandalore is the planet that Boba Fett comes from. He is the bounty hunter from the Star Wars movies. He became so popular.
Well, he's a clone.
He's a clone. No, he is the one they made the clones from. Oh no, Jango Fett. His dad.
Jango Fett's the one that. Yeah,
Jango,
his dad. They just made him where he doesn't age.
Yes,
like Boba was still a clone of his father, but made as a son, so he didn't age quite as fast.
Yes,
or he aged normally.
He aged normally versus the clones were within. Yeah,
right. But the reason he has that armor.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
No. Totally. You're explaining. This is good. This is what I do. I love the details. So. The planet that Jango and Boba originally are supposed to be from is Mandalore. So the people from there are Mandalorians, and they're basically kind of like super soldier bounty hunters. So this follows another Mandalorian in the storyline.
And it looks like we could see some of the Death Watch. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm getting so excited. Like it just,
the armor, there's so much in the trailer that I just died from.
I'm so excited. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Steve, I can't contain myself. I'm stoked. If you want to know more about Mandalore, honestly, watch Clone Wars. I have to unfortunately tell you they took it off of Netflix. I would have told you to stream it on that because I've streamed it on that a few times. Clone Wars is one of the greatest Star Wars stories ever told. It is truly that series in its entirety, and it does take a while, and we are segueing. You like how I did that? Yeah. If you want to know, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. So Star Wars Celebration just brought about
so many great things. So just before we completely segue off of The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau has brought in some amazing... And it's tying into your whole segue into Clone Wars, so don't worry. He's brought in amazing directors to direct these 8 episodes. So he brought in Deborah Chow, Rick Famuyiwa. Oh, I'm going to destroy his name. Bryce Dallas Howard, incredible director and actress. Taika Waititi is directing at least 1 episode. That is incredible. And your tie-in to Clone Wars, David Filoni is directing 2 episodes.
Yeah, David Filoni's actually really big involved in the process overall.
He's the director of all Star Wars animated. He oversees everything.
And he's my hero because that guy knows what he's doing. Because if you haven't seen Clone Wars, then you've made a mistake. But if you haven't seen Rebels, you've also made a mistake. Although you need to watch Clone Wars before you watch Rebels. I'm sorry, you have to. Otherwise,
that is my goal this summer.
It's not fun.
Well, not even this summer. I have like a month because we have a plan coming up for a future episode. I have 1 month to watch a lot of stuff.
I haven't had a chance to get to you on this either. So since we're going to break into Clone Wars, so just to give it, I can't express, like I have to hold my shit together because this is too much for me. It's too much. It's too much excitement. I don't know what to do because as excited as I am about The Mandalorian, I am possibly just as or more excited about Clone Wars getting another season. Now we've known about this for a while. They've talked about it, but have you watched the trailer?
Just before we started recording, I finished watching the trailer.
I should have warned you not to do that. So, as a spoiler announcement for all that are out there, if you decide to get into Clone Wars and you have not seen the new trailer for the new season,
don't watch it.
I highly implore you not to watch it. It gives away one of the biggest storyline events that happens in Clone Wars that is important not to be ruined for you.
By the time I
caught you,
it's fine. By the time I get there, I will have forgotten because that's the way my brain works. And
you won't forget unless you just don't understand what you didn't see.
It's very possible. I have no idea what's going on. My son didn't react. So when we watched it, because we watched it while I was eating dinner, and yeah, he didn't react. He was just super excited about all the Star Wars stuff. Yes, I am breeding a little geek. It is amazing. He is so into Star Wars.
Love it. And he's adorable. So it's all good. I hope that I catch enough of you. Not that there's that many. Anyway, if you just so you know, it comes out in November. Okay, the November 12th, I think, is the official release date for Disney Plus. Yes. I believe season 7. I think it's season 7 for Clone Wars is going to be released, if not on opening day, shortly afterwards.
They haven't. I don't think they've said a date yet. One of the things I was just reading said 2020.
Oh, wow. Okay, so even worse. So I really can't stress enough how much they give away in that trailer, and it's bad that they give it away. They give away deaths of characters. They give away storyline, tragic turn of events for characters that, yes, of course, Clone Wars has been out for a while, but I cannot get rid of the pure. It's one of my favorite moments in Clone Wars. It's one of the most amazingly oh my God. Clone Wars is amazing. I just can't say it enough. I know I've praised it a couple times now. I can't talk enough about how good that is. My uncle got me to watch it. He said, watch season 1. I tried to watch it. I was like, dude, I can't watch this show. He's like, just stick to it. Once you get to the season 1 finale, you're hooked. Season 1 finale happens. A certain character is introduced. And I have to tell you, I was hooked into the fact that I have a statue of that character because he's amazing. Anyway, doesn't matter. It goes into things, but off to the topic, we're talking about Mandalore. They go over not only Mandalore as a whole and a planet. You get to learn about Death Watch. You get to learn a little bit about the Vizsla family, which is important. There's a certain saber you get to see. Oh my God, there's so many things that take apart, but it also gives you a basis of political structure on Mandalore and the way that works. So please watch Clone Wars. It's just so good. And then watch Rebels after that, but watch Clone Wars. You have to.
I will.
I'm telling everybody, Steve. I'm telling everyone.
I'm saying for me, I have 1 month because we have content I need to record that I really need to know stuff. So I need to watch.
I believe in you.
So the other things that came out was the trailer for the new movie for episode 9.
Yes, that was released at Star Wars Celebration, and it looks really, really good. And I have a lot of things to say about it, but we're gonna my complete breakdown of that trailer. It's coming, folks. I know you're gonna watch a lot of people break the trailer down, but you're gonna get Steve and I's perspective.
It'll be good.
Yep, we're gonna break that trailer down in our. Are we determined? Do we want to tell them or do we want to save that?
We can tell them. So
tell them. Steve.
All right. All right. It pains me to tell you this. For our 10th episode anniversary.
Yeah, our 10th anniversary.
Our 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary.
Yes, we're high school students. We are.
Yep, we feel good about
going
ourselves.
to be starting our Star Wars trilogy because Star Wars, everything's a trilogy. We are going to sit down. I just dropped another and that's what made me giggle. We're going to sit down and we're going to discuss the Star Wars Skywalker saga from beginning to end over multiple episodes. We're not going to put you through like a single 4-hour episode because, I mean, we didn't expect this to be an hour, but we're getting there.
Here we are.
Yep. And so we're going to break it down. We're going to go chronological, not in the release, but in actual timeline. So episodes.
Star Wars chronological.
Yeah, Star Wars chronological, not release chronological. And so we haven't officially hammered out which will be in every episode, but the episode 10 is probably going to be 1, 2, and 3, and probably Solo. Or actually, no, it would make more sense to go 1, 2, and 3 in Clone Wars. Because
No, I don't think are we doing the TV shows? I don't think we're doing the TV shows.
Oh, if we're not doing TV shows, then I don't have to worry about watching it before then. So we're good.
No. Yeah, you're good. We're not. We're just gonna do
movies.
We're gonna do movies. We'll do TV shows later.
Okay. So yeah. So episode 1 is gonna be 1, 2, 3 in Solo. Episode 2 will be, hopefully this could change. You know, it's us. We don't plan shit. Episode 2 will be Rogue One, 4, 5, and 6. That's probably where we're going to lose every single one of our listeners because of me.
Oh, geez. I might hate you. I'm going to quit the show after episode 11. Episode 11. All right, guys. I had fun. I have a new host. But after episode 11,
episode 12.
He's going to have somebody else to do episode 12.
Episode 12 is the new trilogy and our trailer breakdown. Which again, I know everybody's going to have broken down everything by that point, but it's not our point.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, we're not trying to be on top of exactly what happens. It just so happens that Disney's broken so many laws of fucking anything in this year by getting Fox and then Star Wars Celebration coming out and then them dropping Disney Plus officially and everything that's going to be in it. We're two very excited, very excited geeks, and we hope you are too. And we just want to express that to you. And I personally have some things to say about The Last Jedi, which turned into us talking about the entire franchise because I think it's important, especially with episode 9 dropping. We know episode 9 doesn't come out till Christmas, but we don't give a fuck. We're happy about episode 10 show, being a thing.
Damn it.
Yeah, God damn it. We have our way of doing shit. We're going to do it.
We'll make it up as we go. It's fine.
Yeah, we're winging this shit, guys. We're just winging it, right? I'd love to break down Shazam for you, which brings us to... You want to shamelessly kind of give us a little bit out there of our plans for the future?
Just before we do that, though, I just want to talk about, as weird as it is, one last thing from Star Wars Celebration, which I can't believe I know you're not a game person. I am super excited for the Fallen Order. That trailer looks amazing. So that
trailer was cool.
For those that don't know, at Celebration, they announced a new single-player game. Not a big, massive multiplayer, not big PvP world, just flat-out single-player story called Jedi The Fallen Order. You play a Jedi after Revenge of the Sith. So this is solo-ish timeline where you are a Jedi that has to hide. That concept is incredible and they can do so much with. I don't know who the bad person is, but I want to cosplay that so bad already from like 10 seconds of a trailer. So yeah, I just needed to get that in before we finish the episode because I didn't expect to be that pumped about a Star Wars game coming from Electronic Arts.
Yeah, but I mean, it needs to be a battle royale game.
Just like everything, right?
It's got to be a battle royale game. Why isn't it a battle royale game? God, whatever. Battle royale or I'm out. Fuck.
Yeah. So before we sign off, we really, really want to increase our interactivity with the audience and our listeners. So we post our Twitter in the show notes. So I'm at CanYouGeek. He's at Southam Designs. We tweet out our stuff. We've just recently created a Facebook group and a Facebook page for our show, which is still being built. It's still a work in progress. It's very raw, just like our episodes are. We're very raw. It's just who we are.
Raw. We're just unprofessional.
We're
really.
super unprofessional. But honestly, I'm doing this is a passion project. I've talked about doing this for years. You know that.
Yes, I do.
And why this started to work now, I don't know, but we finally both have the ability to do it, and we're running with it, and I'm enjoying it. You're enjoying it. I'm doing this for fun.
Yeah, and I'm having a blast. These recording nights are my favorite. Like I look forward to them, man. Yeah. They're so good.
It's on. Speaking of the Facebook, I joined a podcasting support group, for lack of a better term. There's a few different ones. I'm going to invite you to them, by the way. One of them said, "What's the pros and cons of your podcast?" And I'm like, a pro, I have a date night once a week with a grown up.
Yay!
I know it sounds weird, but like, as a parent, everything revolves around my child and my children. And so it's nice to have grown-up time. So
yeah, it's like our poker night, basically.
So feel free to join us on Facebook. You can find us, Can You Geek Podcast. I think our actual page has a whole bunch of numbers behind it, and I can't figure out why. Our group, the Facebook group, is Can You Geek Nerds?
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress.
I really fleshed that one out.
The name made me giggle, so I don't mind the name. It's just trying to remember it. It will be in the show notes again. There is our Discord, which again, I will provide a link in the show notes for. So you can interact with us in Discord. There's like a post suggestions, feedback, stuff like that. We take feedback on everything. If you want to email us, it's show@canyougeek.com, and you can directly get a hold of us. We are working on setting up a Patreon. I'm not expecting anybody to fund anything, but if by the odd chance people do really like our content and actually want to support us, we will give you the ability to do it. And in exchange for you supporting us, which will mean we get better hosting service, we can provide you better stuff. Any money we get from Patreon is going directly back to the show, just as an FYI. Disclaimer in the beginning, totally out there. I'm not taking my kids on a trip with the money. I'm funding the podcast. In exchange for the funding, we'll have tiers. It's probably only going to be one tier, probably. And in exchange for that, you will get a Patreon only section of the Discord, which will get first priority for questions when we do our mailbags. You will get live chats with us. We don't have a schedule on that. We're just we'll wing it, but we can do live voice chats in there with Patreon members. We're
possible like guest appearances on the show, like things like that.
And as well, it'll be we'll give you a private RSS feed where you can get exclusive episodes. So stuff just done for you. We are going to try and keep swearing to a minimum on this podcast
We've done such a good job today.
No, it's out today is just today.
We're screwing up. We're just throwing it all out.
But in general, we're going to try and keep swearing to a minimum just to keep our ability and reach as wide and open as possible. But the Patreon episodes are going to be raw, uncut, vulgar as all hell. And yes, I'm editing my whole vulgar statement because whatever.
It's definitely in an infancy stage, and I know that we've just taken like a few minutes of your time to talk about possibilities, but we don't really shamelessly promote ourselves at the end of episodes, so we're not going to try to do this every episode.
No, I'm just explaining everything now, and then I'll just reference people. Hey, at the end of the really shitty episode 5, just we talk about all the stuff you get.
There. Yeah, there you go. That's where you need to go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, you'll get early access to our episodes. I usually finish editing episodes 4 or 5 days before they actually get released. So hopefully the goal would be, this week is not the case with everything with the family leaving and stuff. I've just been spending family time. Haven't touched the computer really much at all. So I haven't edited episode 4 yet. I'll be doing that tonight and tomorrow. But the goal is to get Patreon subscribers episodes 2 or 3 days before they release to the public. So if you do want to hear us early, you'd like our content, you could probably, hopefully get it on the Friday instead of on the Monday. So it's another little added bonus. As well, we're possibly thinking of doing custom show memorabilia for Patreon subscribers. So like a 3D printed coin that has our logo on it, stuff like that. Just thank yous for people supporting us. We'll support back with cool little things we can give you. So
because we love you.
We do. And this is, like I said, this is a passion project. I've wanted to do this for years. Errane thankfully has agreed to be a co-host with me, and it helps. I mean, we have this good back and forth that we're the same way in person as we are on the show. So it helps.
Oh no, this is a facade. I don't act like this.
This is so not me.
Normally I'm a sweetheart. So nice.
You're a big teddy bear.
Super big teddy
bear.
I
used to be a big teddy bear until I lost 46 pounds. Now
There's an adorable picture of your daughter on a Hello Kitty.
Yes, that is from the Singapore airport. No, it's not Singapore, Taiwan. That's freaking awesome. Taiwan airport.
Sorry, I got on Facebook.
I know.
So. Well, we just had a guy I know, he just asked to be on our Can You Geek Nerds, so I definitely had to invite him, and now I have to fix the problem. Apparently our group, our Facebook group, is a permissions thing. Ooh, I don't want to have to approve people, so I need to fix that.
Yes, let anybody come, and we'll just kick anybody out that tries to say bad shit. No.
Yeah, no, that's it. We want to abuse power. Can
totally
you guys let us abuse power? That's all I want.
Yeah, but
I'll figure this out to where it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, we'll have it all fixed. Again, we're learning. Our audio is going to get better because I'm learning audio editing. Our show will hopefully get better. I mean, it seems to have gotten worse today, so maybe this is a turn for the worst. Maybe we're just going to be a gong show from now on, and that'll just be our stick.
I like it. We can do that.
So on that note, we have now gone over an hour by a few minutes. Hopefully with editing, that'll get cut down a little bit, but if not, it is what it is. So thank you guys ever so much for listening to us ramble for an hour about Disney Plus and our excitement about a new streaming service to pay money for. It's what's coming with it Disney. Is incredible. And I hope we were able to share some of our excitement with you and why we're excited and give you more knowledge on what Disney Plus is, since I didn't do it in episode 1.
Shame on you, Steve.
Oh, shame. Now I'm waiting for Rotten Tomatoes.
Again, we appreciate all our listeners and everything you do. Thanks for supporting us and just being here.
Yes, and we'll be here in a week.
Whoop, whoop.
So, later, nerds.
Later, nerds.
Today's music is used by permission from the artist Broke for Free. The song is called Something Elated. You can find it on freemusicarchive.org under the user Broke